Smith, and this is my visual aid speech. How to go into a calorie deficit. Ever wonder how people turn pounds into muscle and look toned? Well, they could have a calorie deficit. A calorie deficit is where you consume less calories than you burn. Recently, I have been doing research on the topic and have watched countless videos and read some articles. I'm going to share that information with you today to hopefully motivate you and inform you on the topic. Health is one of the most important things we all need to focus on in life. So if you're wanting to not only look better but feel better, a calorie deficit is a good idea for you. Along with this, we want to maintain exercise. Today, my goal is to inform you on what a deficit is. This will be important so you have knowledge of what kind of diet you are approaching. Next, I'd like to share how to maintain this diet and stay motivated. This area will give you reassurance and hopefully strengthen you to reach your goal. Lastly and importantly, I'd like to share what is in it for you. How will this change your life, and how will you keep a healthy relationship with yourself? What is a calorie deficit? Let's begin. The definition of a deficit, according to Cleveland Clinic, is a small amount of something. In this case, we are meaning calories. This means the fewer calories you eat, the more you will burn. As stated earlier, this can happen by reducing the number of calories you intake and by keeping up with exercise. A calorie deficit is also known as a diet, so you're eating healthier, changing everything in your diet. As dietitian Beth C. states, it is best to use a calorie app tracker before you start your diet and during your diet. From personal use, I have an app called MyFitnessPal, and it allows you to track calories while meeting your goal. In order to set up how many calories you need to intake per day, you must consider your height, weight, sex, activity level, and age. This can be called the Mifflin-St. Jeor formula. Usually you take your goal body weight and multiply it by 12. After you get your daily calorie goal, take your deficit off that number, and then boom, you have your calorie deficit. An example would be a 1,500 calorie requirement with a deficit of 400 would turn into a requirement of 1,100 calories per day. Maintaining your goal and staying motivated. Now that we know what a calorie deficit is and how to calculate goals, we need to stay focused and motivated. One thing that is important to stay motivated is knowing that there are calories being burned while you are sitting and some being burned while you are exercising. But the more muscle you gain, the more calories you will burn. Both ways to burn calories will grow the more you work out. Muscle groups to grow include leg muscles, arm muscles, abs, back muscles, and chest muscles. This is key to help you stay motivated to go to the gym and stick to your diet. This also helps with fat loss. John Schaefer, a dietist with informative videos, states that you can still eat cheat foods as long as you track calories and don't go over your goal. He shares Dr. Hobbs' story about his Twinkie diet. He bought snacks and candy for 2 whole months. He managed to lose 40 pounds because he stayed in his calorie deficit. Basically, you need to keep up on exercise and meeting your deficit each day. The less you exercise, the more surplus energy your body will keep as fat. With the right amount of protein, multivitamins, exercise, fruit, veggies, water, and most importantly, motivation, you can accomplish a healthy lifestyle. But you have to be strict with yourself, and yes, it's hard, just remember you're doing it for yourself. What is in it for me? A calorie deficit can higher your mental health and physical health. This has plenty of things in store for you. A better look at yourself, a clearer mind. It's like you're meeting yourself all over again. So jumping into how can this change your life? According to the medical news today, you will have proteins, fruit, veggies, grains, and will turn to fat-free dairy. This will help your food options, which leads to a clean health style. As this occurs, you should grow and love yourself the way you feel, look, and the way your days are changing. Having a calorie deficit can completely change your relationship with yourself. The more you look at calories and which ones are higher and lower can help the binging problem. According to a user on Insider.com, they have found that counting calories help them feel better about food relationships and maintaining good health. As stated, health is very important to us. She also brings up a great point where there are really no bad foods. Keeping up on a healthy and balanced diet leaves lots of room for any food. Although the higher portion size, the more likely you are to gain it. These people have given great reasoning as to how calorie tracking has changed their life. It can do the same for you. In conclusion, a calorie deficit is good for anyone and everyone. With the perfect amount of dedication, you can accomplish this as well as anyone else. So with that being said, you know what a deficit is, how to accomplish it, how to stay motivated, and what is in it for you. Just remember, stay active and don't give up.